Have you ever imagined this? Waking up one morning, and the house is so quiet, you can hear the ticking of the clock on the wall, the wind slipping through the cracks, the soft rustling of leaves outside, and even the sound of your own heart feeling empty. It's not just a sad afternoon. It's a kind of loneliness that stretches through days and months. You realize, today, no one asked, "How are you feeling?" No one to have breakfast with. No one sitting next to you late at night. No eyes waiting for you to come home. There are some kinds of sadness that no one dares to name. Moments you don't even know who to share with. And slowly, that silence becomes something else. It becomes pain, a very real kind of pain. If you're living alone, or if you know that one day that might be your reality, then this video is for you. Because there are things that, if you understand early, you won't have to live with regret later. But here's the truth. Living alone in old age doesn't mean living in loneliness. Just because no one is physically there doesn't mean your heart has to be empty. In fact, there are people who live alone and still smile every day, still stay healthy, still sleep peacefully in the quiet of their own space. And the difference isn't in their situation, it's in how they choose to live. There are 4 simple things. So simple, really, but if you start doing them today, they can help you stay sharp, keep your body strong, and most importantly, bring peace to your heart, even if you're the only one in the room. This isn't just feel-good advice. These are small habits backed by science and lived by some of the happiest elderly people in the world. And the last one might just change how you see loneliness forever. So don't take your eyes off this video. Number 1. Set your biological rhythm. Make every day meaningful. There's one thing that happens easily when you start living alone. No one wakes you up in the morning. No daily must-do tasks. No meals you have to cook for anyone else. And then, day by day, time just starts to blur. You eat lunch at 3 in the afternoon. Still in your pajamas by evening. You don't even remember what day it is. And honestly, it doesn't even feel important anymore. At first glance, it might seem harmless. But actually, it's pretty dangerous. When you lose track of time, your mind slowly drifts into confusion. You're not sad, but you're not happy either. Not tired, but no motivation left either. Getting out of this doesn't have to be complicated. Just create a clear, gentle daily rhythm for yourself. Start small, but do it at the same time every day. Wake up at a set time, even if you don't have anywhere to go. Get dressed properly, even if you're just staying home. Have a real breakfast, not just gulp down a glass of water and skip it. Open the windows, step outside, and breathe in the morning air for a few minutes. Eat dinner on time and go to bed early, before 10 p.m. if you can. An 81-year-old man once said, "Every morning, I just open the curtains and brew a pot of tea on time. And that's when my life feels ordered again." And you know what? Science backs this up. When you keep your biological clock steady, your body naturally releases hormones that ease anxiety, boost memory, and help you sleep deeply at night. Because a day with structure is a day that matters. A day with rhythm is a day you're truly living, not just surviving. Number 2. Move gently. Keep your body from surrendering to time. When you live alone, it's easy to fall into the habit of sitting. Sitting to eat. Sitting to watch TV. Sitting quietly, watching time slip away. Sitting just to sigh. But did you know, after just a few days of little movement, your body starts to break down. Your joints get stiffer. Your back starts to ache. Fatigue drags on. And your memory begins to fade like an old photograph. Here's the good news. You don't need a gym. No fancy equipment, no personal trainer. All you need is gentle daily movement. Like a small stream that quietly keeps flowing, never running dry. Try starting with these simple things. Stand up and sit down 10 times each morning. While waiting for water to boil, stretch your arms up and hold for 1 minute. A walk around your house or take a few laps outside. Look at the trees. Feel the air. Don't underestimate these small movements. They keep your blood flowing, your joints flexible, and your mood bright, like a light switched back on after days of darkness. I once heard a story about a 78-year-old woman who lost all joy after her husband passed away. She stayed inside, didn't want to talk or do anything. Until one morning, she decided to walk out to the mailbox at the end of her street. Just a few steps, but she felt she could still walk, still strong, still able to take care of herself. From that day on, every morning she took a few more steps, and those steps brought her back to life. You don't have to turn back the clock. You just have to keep moving forward. If you find this video helpful, please hit like, share it with someone living alone, and subscribe, because sometimes just one video can help someone stand up and start again. Number 3, light connection. Just enough to keep your heart from going cold. A lot of people say, I'm used to living alone. It sounds strong, independent, but living alone is very different from living with no one to talk to. How long has it been since someone called your name? Since you shared a random story? Since someone asked, is the weather nice today? Or simply, what did you have for lunch? We're human, and our hearts aren't made to handle long stretches of silence. Science shows just 5 minutes of conversation a day is enough to ease loneliness, lift your mood, and protect your mental health. Short chats, like greeting the cashier, calling to check on family, even leaving a comment online, they all truly matter. You don't have to dive into deep, long talks. Just a little daily connection, like a thin winter sunbeam, enough to keep your heart warm. I once heard about Mr. Richard, who lived alone for years after his wife passed away. No family nearby, no close friends, until one day, he wrote a little note and left it at his neighbor's door. If you need someone to hold your mail while you're away, I'm happy to help. Just one short line. But that note opened something wonderful. Neighbors stopped by to say thanks. A few days later, they invited him over for tea. And from then on, weekends were filled with laughter over warm cups of tea. No fuss, no show, just real connection. You don't need the whole world to understand you. Just one person to remember you, call your name right, and wait for your smile. If this message means something to you, don't hesitate to leave a comment below the video. Who knows, it might be the start of a conversation, and a way to bring your heart back from silence. Number 4, have a goal, so tomorrow doesn't feel empty. When we start talking again, even just one simple sentence a day, the heart begins to warm. But there's one more thing to make tomorrow mean more than today. That's having a small goal to reach for. Something that makes you want to get up tomorrow morning, even if no one's waiting at the door. Because here's the truth. Old age isn't scary because of wrinkles, or gray hair, or slow legs. It's the feeling that no one needs you anymore. No one asks for your advice. No one calls on you for help. No longer a role in the family. But you still have value. And that value doesn't disappear. It just needs a new reason to exist. You can start with simple things, writing down your life memories so your grandchildren know the story of who you were. Planting a few flower pots by the porch so every morning when you look out you see something growing you're taking care of. Cooking an old family recipe. Wrapping up your love in a little gift for the neighbors. Or trying something you've always wanted. Painting, singing, writing stories, even picking up an instrument, not to become someone else, but to come back to yourself, full of life and curiosity, like when you were young. I once heard about a man named Samuel. After his wife passed, he lived quietly in his old house, day after day repeating the same routine, until he found his old typewriter. He started writing down memories from his youth, the war, his first love, the day his child was born. Each word brought him back to life. And the house was no longer silent. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't have to do anything big. You just need one small thing that makes you want to open your eyes in the morning. A goal so tomorrow isn't empty. If you're still listening, I invite you to share in the comments. What will you do tomorrow morning to warm your heart? Getting older can take a lot away. Take away your health. Take away the people you love. Take away the liveliness that once filled your home. But it can't take away your right to live a meaningful life. Even if you live alone. Even if today feels completely quiet. Remember this, simple habits can save your mind. A gentle movement keeps your body strong. A short conversation warms your heart. And a small goal every day can save your spirit. You don't have to do it all. Just start with the one thing that feels right for you today. So, what matters most to you right now? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because maybe your words could be a light for someone living in silence. And if this video touched something inside you, or you think it could help a friend, a family member, someone quietly growing older, please share it. You are not alone, and you deserve to live, not just exist.